But I want to get it settled in our mind that those of us who are saved are saved. I don't want my people to keep doubting whether or not you're even saved, because you can't get the baptism of the Holy Spirit and speak with other tongues and prophesy and have a revival if you don't even know whether or not you're born again. So we got to establish that God is going to work through the Acts. You know, the book of Acts is called the Acts of the Apostles, but it's really the Acts of the Holy Spirit, and we need the Acts of the Holy Spirit today. I'm going to keep hammering on the gifts of the Holy Spirit, whether anybody out there likes it or not, because we need the gifts of the Holy Spirit, the manifestations of the Holy Spirit today. And that's what I'm going to, once I get around to proving that we are indeed saved, then now we can move on to what the gifts of the Holy Spirit are and why they exist. If you want to read ahead, go to 1 Corinthians chapters 12, 13, and 14. It says, concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you to be ignorant. And when God does not want you to be ignorant, you should know something about it, because knowing something is the opposite of being ignorant. The church today is being ignorant of the gifts of the Holy Spirit. And if I sound like I'm getting mad, I am getting mad. I am getting furious, because without the gifts of the Holy Spirit, the church is going to die. Let that sink in. We have to have the manifestation of the Holy Spirit if we're going to have a revival in these last days. And whether we like it or not, we're going to get the manifestations of the Spirit. The Holy Spirit is God, and He will do as He chooses. It says in there that He distributes the gifts severally as He wills. The gifts belong to Him, but He will use you in the gifts if you let Him. But He is a gentleman. He will not force you to speak in tongues. He will not force you to prophesy, because He is a gentleman. I am so ticked off right now at the church at large, because we're letting ourselves die. Why do you think so many people are leaving the church? Why do you think you go to a church that holds 1,000 people and there's 200 people in there? Because there's no reality. They hear words from the pulpit, but they're not having a reality. I got way off of my notes, but I think the Holy Spirit wanted me to say that.